In this video I talk about Cargo. Cargo is the package manager for Rust. The good thing is that it's very powerful and everybody and every project is using it. So this takes away all these worries with CMake and Conan and all the other tries to solve this problem for C++. For Rust it is solved. If you want to start a new Rust project, then you just do cargo new project. And what happens, a directory called project will be created, which contains a file cargo.toml. That is the basic source for the package. It has the name, a version, the edition of Rust which is used, and all the dependencies. So far, this list is empty. By default, this is now an executable project, and the basic starting point for the code is always src main.rs. If I now just do cargo run or cargo build, then it finds the cargo.toml, then it finds the source.main, and from there it finds all the other modules automatically. If you want to do a release build, you just do -- release. If you want to create a new library project, you just go do cargo new -- lib project. As before, it creates a directory called project. It has a cargo.toml. It is absolutely unchanged. And then it has the basic entry point, which is called src lib.rust. And here, for example, it creates a public example function, which is a function in the library. And it also creates an automatic test for that. You can now build the library and you can test the library, all under the control of Cargo. Let's now see how we add dependencies to this project. If I think that I need a function to compute SHA-256, I usually go like this. I search with Cargo with giving the term I'm looking for, and it directly gives me an overview over available crates. These are compilation units which I can directly use. And I might think that this here is the right one, the SHA-256 crate. I might investigate and look at the web pages of these things and see whether I actually like this. But if I decide that I use SHA-256, then I just do cargo add SHA-256. It will automatically look up the crate, and it will present me with a list of features which might or might not be activated. At first, it activates a certain number of default features and some not. Let's look at what this did to the cargo.toml. Well, it just added a line here saying the name of the crate and the version number as a string. That's the way which we could have done manually if we know what we do, but with Cargo this is a lot easier. Now, if I wanted to use more of these features, I would just do cargo add and then features and give a comma-separated list of features. For example, SSL, I might give OpenSSL and native_OpenSSL as features. And it will now activate these features and change my cargo.toml accordingly. If you want to activate additional features, then you have to use this extended syntax here, where the version is given in this object here as a string with the tag version, and the list of features is given here as a kind of JSON list of strings. Obviously, we can also do this manually, but it's much more convenient with Cargo. Once I do this, Cargo build will automatically download not only the crates I need, but also transitively all the crates which are needed by those I need, and will automatically build everything in the background. I don't have to care about anything. Let's do a different example. If I use cargo search to look for something which might compute UUID7s. Search, this is a typo. Yes, there's indeed a UUID7 crate. So let's add this, cargo add UUID7, and it is here. Again, there's additional features, but I don't care about this. My cargo.toml has changed in this way. I don't do additional features this time. And again, cargo build will download and build everything. Now, of course, I need to tell you how to use your dependencies. Due to the fact that we have imported the UUID7 crate dependency in the cargo.toml, I can now just use it with a use statement. Here I import one function from it, call it, and the result I get can be printed in the normal way as a string and in the debug way when I ask for the bytes. Yeah, so a UUID has 16 bytes, but it has a print method for string, and it has such that I can format, and it has I can ask for the bytes directly, and then I can see the array. So let's see how this runs. Indeed, I get a UUID and I get the underlying 16 bytes. Likewise, I can use the other dependency. I import the digest function and can just call it on the bytes and compute the SHA-256 of my UUID7. Here we go. You can have multiple executables in a single crate, but this is done as follows. Here I've just put a subdirectory bin in the source directory, and in the bin directory I've put an executable called xyz.rs, which just prints something. If I now do cargo build, then I get as output an executable xyz. And if I run that, then I run the code in this xyz.rust thing. I can also just build this executable by saying bin xyz or by running it. You can also configure the source path of your additional executables like this here. If you add a section for a binary with name and path, you can specify where the original path of your source is. In this example, I have, for example, put the executable, the source into abc source xyz.rust, and here I have this program which we had before, and also I can now run the binary and it works. I want to conclude with an example where I have both a library and an executable which uses the library in the same crate. Here I declare the library, it's called mylib here, and give the path, and for a library I just put a lib.rs. Then in my main executable I just use the crate mylib, and then I call the function f from it. And in source mylib lib, I just declare a public function, and that's it. If I build and run this, I get not only the project, but also the library, and the project actually uses the library. In this video, I've given an overview over the cargo functionality. The crucial thing for me is that it's a standard, it works, and it's convenient. I've probably just scratched the first surface of what you can do with cargo, but it gives you an overview and should get you started. Follow the links in the documentation such that you can find more details. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.